Am I the a-hole for not removing sensitive books and making fun of my sister-in-law's education? I live with my fiancé in a one-bedroom apartment. It's quite small and we don't have an office. We have a bedroom, living room, bathroom and kitchen. Plus, a little balcony. That means that our books stand in the bookshelves in the living room. My fiancé is a historian. A proper historian. He has a degree and works at university teaching classes. His field of expertise is Germany from 1930 to 1960. That obviously includes the most infamous person of that time and the book he wrote while imprisoned. We have those books. It's two massive books that are heavily noted and contextualized historically, as you cannot buy the thing as is anywhere. It also says so in the title, besides that we don't have any souvenirs from that time. We have a lot of other books, articles, etc. laying around. So on Friday we had my brother and his girlfriend over. It got too late and we invited them to stay on our couch. The next morning, the girlfriend was in a horrible mood, refused to talk to us, and made my brother leave after coffee. Then, on Sunday, my brother calls me to talk and confronts me with the books they found. He said it was highly inappropriate. Those books don't belong in a household and that we needed to put them away when guests came over. I was just puzzled because my whole family knew what my fiancé did. He then said I owe his girlfriend an apology, and he wanted me to show him how we deal with my fiancé's issue. I just told him this was all very ironic. And this is where I might be the a-hole. I said that it was not my fault, his girlfriend couldn't read. Because if she did, she would have read on the covers that it was a critical view on the manuscript of. That this fake outrageous was childish and that he could call me when both of them grew up. Since then, my mother has been hounding me. But my father thinks this is hilarious. Am I the a-hole? Edit. I didn't write the title of the book as I didn't want the post to be removed. As far as I know, his girlfriend is not belonging to a group directly victimized at that time. My brother knows what my fiancé does. My mother is not a narcissist.
I can't blame anyone for being unsettled by those books. Their very existence is wrong. But if we ignore their existence, we're asking to repeat the errors of earlier generations. The fact that your brother and his girlfriend totally missed the fact that your fiancé is an historian just shows that they're either daft or looking for a fight. Also, I'm guessing that these books are not exactly prominently displayed and are shelved among loads of other historical texts. Not the a-hole, but your brother is. Is he your mom's golden child? That would explain her reaction.
Not prominently displayed, no, but they are hard to overlook because they are massive, tall and thick books. So I see where the hard not to see part coax from. But in my opinion, it's also stupid. I don't know about golden children.
Ahaha. I am currently reading that book. It's an absolute crock of shit, isn't it? But instructive. People should read more of stuff they disagree with. Then at least they are informed about it and can rebuff it. When you recall that Europe was destroyed largely because of the delusions and persuasions of that one person, it becomes worth learning from history instead of repeating it. There are still people out there with the same beliefs, not the a-hole.
It is really not a good book. Not in any shape or form, lol. It is very important to know about these things. The rhetoric used back then is being used in today's world a lot. And people don't see it.
Not the a-hole. Your brother and his girlfriend is the reason why no one takes social and sensitive problems seriously, and that the people who really know about these issues can't say anything without someone screaming woke to dismiss them. Also, this is your house. Even if you were an a-hole who had this book cause you agree with it, which would make you an a-hole, they would still be a-hole to tell you to hide the book. And also for being more concerned about hiding this book than the political beliefs.
Your brother and his girlfriend are the kind of people who get books banned from libraries and schools because one person is offended. You don't owe either one of them an apology. Not the a-hole.
Am I the a-hole for telling my granddaughter not everything is about you? Sit down and shut your mouth? This post is about my granddaughter 16. She has a bad attention issue. I have talked to the parents, but they tell me she isn't doing anything wrong. One example, she was upset at someone's birthday party since they didn't have her favorite cake. Then the whole party made it a big deal, drawing everyone attention for the birthday boy to her. I have a lot of examples. In short, someone else's event and then she will have an issue and all attention will go to her. It's a problem and it has resulted in her not have many friends. I have heard about that issue a lot. Her younger brother got into the National Honors Society at school. We were having a congratulatory dinner for him. She started to tell the whole table of the injustice it was she don't get in. Multiple people tried to move the conversation away from it. Every time we got back to it being about her brother, she would start again. I told her stop multiple times. Her younger brother was getting frustrated. Her parents were not doing anything about it. I had enough. I pulled her aside, told her that not everything is about her, that she going to sit down and shut her mouth for the rest of the night. She was silent the rest of the night. My grandson thanked me for getting the party back on track. My daughter is pissed and told me I had no right to do this. She called me a jerk. I could be an ass for how I handled it even if it was justified.
Not the a-hole. You're teaching her an important life lesson. If you don't appreciate the carrot, you're going to get the stick. She should realize this now because the consequences later are ruined relationships, struggles socially, which is already an issue as it sounds, easily getting fired from a job, etc. The only thing I would suggest is explain why you did what you did and why it's much better for a grandmother to tell you to shut the fuck up than your boss just leaving you for the streets. Email 100% on board with how you handled it. Seriously, what the fuck are the parents doing? But some context will go a long way. Edit. Maybe give your daughter's son a lecture on how to discipline as a parent while you're at it. You're not always going to be around.
Not the a-hole. You pulled her aside and privately spoke with her. You didn't publicly shame her, which you could have done. Someone has to tell her as clearly her parents aren't doing a thing about her.
Honestly, not the a-hole. I had a friend growing up. We are no longer friends as of 2 years ago after she pulled a stunt like this at my birthday party and made everything about her, who is just like your granddaughter OP. She needs the reality check sooner rather than later or she will grow up and have no one except her parents. Your grandson also probably really appreciates you doing that for him. It's important he get the spotlight too and you made that happen.
Not the a-hole. Sometimes a self-indulgent teenager needs to be told off by a parent. Failing that, a grandparent should step in. Tell your daughter to do a better job to shut down the selfish one's ego.
Am I the a-hole for not telling my ex-girlfriend that I was breastfed until I was 5? This is so fucking insane. Can't believe I'm even making this post, but my brother has basically begged me to. Anyway, I was with my ex for over 2 years, and it was my brother's birthday on Saturday. She asked to come home with me to celebrate. While down here, my mom, in pure mom fashion, brought out the baby pictures. My mom was a camera-obsessed mother. Like, I'm glad she didn't have social media. She photographed everything. She has a breastfeeding book. Basically, just like a personal journal with the occasional photo detailing her breastfeeding journey. My girlfriend found it and flicked to one of the pages, which was a photo my dad took of my mom nursing me and my brother, aged 3 and newborn. She got instantly uncomfortable and the rest of the evening was weird. We went up to bed later on and she asked, very seriously, how old I was when she stopped breastfeeding me. I told her I was 5, right around the time I started school. I'd like to reiterate that I do not care, and I don't think it hurt me or whatever. She looked like she was going to vomit. It would have been comical if I weren't so concerned. She started talking about trust and respect and asked why I didn't tell her. I told her that I didn't think it was important. She then said it was uncomfortable and made her feel like me and my mom would end up weird and codependent. I told her she was being dramatic and to go to sleep. At like 3 a.m., she decided we were over and left. She can't take the lack of communication or the cult vibes. My mom apologized to her in a text the next morning, and then my ex blocked her. We have texted minimally, but she just can't get over how gross it is. I'm not sure how to feel ATM, but birthday boy wanted me on Am I the A-hole, so here I am LOL. Am I the A-hole?
Not the a-hole. This is crazy. 5 is very old to breastfeed. Gross old. But that's not your fault. And she's calling it a trust issue worth breaking up over? I'm sorry, man. But if she pulled this now, she was probably going to pull something nuttier years down the road.
I mean, it's not that weird LOL. It's not common, sure, but not weird. Yeah, I mean, best out now, I guess. Still sucks though.
Not the a-hole, your ex made it weird, not you. I feel bad for your mom feeling like she needed to apologize for a decision she made when you were a small child.
I think she was just doing it for me, which I appreciate, to be honest, but yeah, I didn't think it'd do any good.
Yeah, so, you got an entire loaded discussion on all the world practices and statistics of breastfeeding. But what you asked was whether you were mistaken for not telling her, which is a whole different issue altogether. And the answer is, no, you are not the a-hole. 1. It's none of her damn business. 2. How many people even randomly know this about their partner? Married 22 years and about to go ask. Don't know if he even knows. Were you supposed to just start some random conversation about, hey, so? 3. She's sick in the head for sexualizing breastfeeding. I literally had to read the comments to realize this is where her sick mind went. I thought she was just looking down on you for being spoiled rotten or something. Giant not the a-hole.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.